doing your second cleanse after the dermaplaning, don't grab a gel cleanser. Those tend to be a little bit more spicy after the dermaplaning, mainly because it's like fresh skin. So either grab like a creamy cleanser, or I like to grab oil and gel. I just really like that cleanser, and I just feel like it's one of the best ones, and it doesn't give off a lot of like sensitivities to it.
Do you dermaplane over a man's coarse beard?
I wouldn't, just because when you're working with more of that like terminal hair, that's gonna dull your blade a lot faster.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I just tried on my, what is that called, calf? But it's not your calf, shin. There we go. It wasn't the easiest.
Yeah, it dulls your blade a lot faster. So typically, like if you're doing, like if a man has facial hair, you'll really only stick to like the cheeks and the forehead.
I'm not here to shave you.
Olga likes to say that I have built-in ice globes.
Same.
No, they're not too common.
Am I in anyone's way sitting here? You're good.
It is like once you get going, and like once you see like all the hair coming off, you're like, oh my gosh, like I could do this all day.
I was worried like so excessively. I'm like, what? We're doing this. Okay, so we cleanse first using.
Just like a creamy cleanser. For this one, for the first cleanse, you could do like a gel cleanser. I just don't recommend that second cleanse because we do it after the dermaplaning. I don't recommend that one as a gel cleanser because it's going to be a little bit more tingly and like active on their skin. Okay. Then we are going to remove that first cleanse with soft gauze. Okay, now I'm left-handed, so my dermaplaning looks a little weird because of the fact that I'm left-handed. But it's the same concept if you're right-handed, just opposite. Okay, so I like to grab my oil and put it right next to me because like I said, I like to work my oil in sections instead of applying the oil all over the full face because I feel like it gets absorbed into the skin faster. So when we are putting your blades on and when we are giving you guys your blades, this is how we are going to give you guys your blades, is in the little packaging. Don't throw this packaging away until like you're fully done with the treatment and you're fine. And you're coming back into dispense to have us remove the blade, just for safety reasons. If it's always in this little safety pack, then you don't have to risk like cutting anyone. Okay. So I'm just going to dip my finger in some of the oil and spread it. Okay, then I'm gonna take another soft gauze, and this is gonna be my soft gauze that I use to get rid of any hair. So like I said, I'm gonna take my hand, my non-blade hand, I'm gonna turn it into kind of like a C motion, and that's my working space for that's my area that I'm working in, and I'm gonna pull her skin really taut, and I'm gonna go back, and then all I'm gonna do is just come down. And then go down all the way to the end. Now, she's got some baby hairs that I'm sure she probably wants to keep, so you always want to, when you're working on the forehead, you want to ask your client, how far back do you want me to go? Because if you don't, and once you get started, you might take their hairline back and give them a line up a little bit, and we don't want to do that. So just always ask how far, like how much of your baby hairs do you want to keep, things like that. Another reason I also like to dermaplane is because I feel like it helps me see where I'm going. I can tell which line I just did. Don't be afraid to adjust your client how you need. It's easier to adjust them than it is for you to adjust yourself. So if you need them to turn their head a certain way, just lightly give them a little adjustment, and that's fine. Now, we don't keep any up here just because we found that they blow the breakers in the practicals. But downstairs, if you guys are ever dermaplaning downstairs and you guys want more light, just a reminder, anytime we're doing these advanced services downstairs in the treatment rooms, the lights should never be dim. We don't dim the lights downstairs in the treatment rooms. But if you want more light when you're dermaplaning, just to kind of like help you see, then in that closet where we keep the microderms that says inventory, we've got ring lights in there that you guys can grab to turn on to help you see, as well as those head magnifying like glasses. Miss Val brought some downstairs for you guys, and you guys can check those out and use those to dermaplane as well.
Awesome, thank you. Oh, I said awesome, thank you. How much pressure would you recommend?
Not a lot. I'm really just using like the weight of the blade. I'm not really adding too much of my own pressure. I'm just kind of letting it just glide across.
Okay.
Can we check the ring lights out for content purposes? Or is it only services?
No, yeah, I've got a student, she brings it into the laser rooms and helps her record, yeah. It's just it's not really like I don't think they're numbered, they're not numbered, but we have them down there, so if you just let the instructor know, you can grab it, yeah. We wanted to have some for like up here, but like I said, if with those and then like the hot towel warmers and like the wax spots, it like blows the breakers up here in the practicals.
would we be able to put this on our little cart for this?
You can have it just like this when you're doing your certs. Yep, that's why the little baby, just put it right there on their chest, and then you have it there as a guide while you're doing it. And then those are yours to keep. And that's just like a recommended like suggestion. You don't have to go in this exact pattern. Whatever makes sense in your brain to dermaplane. Like if you want to start down at the cheeks, you totally can. You want to start at the forehead, you totally can. As long as you just know what pattern you're going, you can go whichever way you want.
And how long are we giving for the cert?
It's an hour, but if you guys go over, it's totally fine. This and microneedling, because those are more like attention to detail kind of services. Those ones I'm not a big stickler for time. So take your time. You're not rushed. You take as long. There's only like 5 people per time slot, like 5 to 6 people per time slot. So you take as long as you need to. Okay, how high up do you want me to go on your sideburns? Like here?
Yeah, whatever you think, to be honest.
Oh, you can't tell me
Wait,
that.
where I should put the finger?
Like here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'm like, you can't tell me that.
I'm very indecisive.
Oh, listen, me too. Okay, so I'm gonna start down here, and then now this is where I'm about to start getting the good stuff. And when you're doing this, you always want to make sure that the blade is coming towards you.
Direction of hair doesn't matter.
Yeah, as long as you're coming towards yourself.
I don't know if this was asked as well, but do we have to pay for trades?
Trades are $10.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, trades are $10.
Sorry.
You're fine. Have you guys ever seen Kaylong do a dermaplaning demo yet? Has she done one in a while for you guys to do one? So I give Kaylong the nickname of Edward Scissorhands because of how fast she does it. It blows my mind how fast she moves when she dermaplanes. And as someone who's been dermaplaned by her, it feels even crazier, like, to feel it. But she's just got some crazy hands, and I'm like, how are you moving that fast? Dermaplaning to dermaplaning, 4 weeks. Everything else, like either same day or 24 hours. Like you can do anything after.
Oh.
Miss
Like us.
Chelsea said this is a really excellent thing to do if you own your own business because it keeps your margins really wide.
Mm-hmm. And it's really easy to make like an add-on treatment. Like it's really easy. Someone who is like blonde, like Peach Fuzz, is really good to dermaplane them too, because it's really satisfying. Like Sydney, she doesn't look like it, but you get up in there, she's hairy. So I love dermaplaning her.
It's always the blondes.
And then like she's pregnant right now, so she can't get a lot of stuff. So she's like, "Oh, you're dermaplaning?" She goes, "Who's your mom?" I was like, "I have one. You can't do it."
When I was in the 7th grade, I had my first kiss with a boy who immediately pulled back and told me I had a mustache. And I said, no, I don't. He said, yes, you do. There's hair on your upper lip. I can feel it. And I was like,
Yeah.
everyone has that. It's Peach Fuzz. And that's my first kiss story.
So you probably had more than him. So
He was like,
Wow.
Okay, my first kiss, I went to kiss him. His friends called for him, but I didn't know, so I kept kissing him. I sat there and I basically could kiss his ear/cheek. My first kiss ever. So embarrassing.
hey, an orifice is an orifice. It's almost second. You think about it.
I just have really reactive skin. This happens sometimes when I shave. Huh? You were getting that dead. Yeah. Plus this leg was on top of it while I was doing this one, so that's why it's kind of heated. Yeah.
Seeing everyone in shorts is super
So
weird.
weird.
We look
at
it's like
Yeah.
when I was in the ROTC and we'd all change out of our uniforms to our PT gear and we see everybody in like t-shirts and basketball shorts. You're used to seeing them in uniform.
Like, I haven't shaved yet, guys. Sorry.
Like, I am as pale as they come.
Girl, my veins are showing through.
No, literally.
Eat all.
My brothers, since I'm a triplet, they give me
Another waxing.
a hard time. They're like, they call me SPF Ghost Mom. I'm like, well, I'm gonna trademark that and like make a brand out of that.
Like a week and a half or minimum.
And mine will still be good by then, since mine is so slow now. You got Electrona? You ever Electrona? No, it's just the waxing.
No, I hate OHR. It's just wax.
And it's that close, that's crazy.
I just like, yeah.
That's good waxing. They're getting the bulbs for sure.
Well, I don't shave my legs ever, so it's
So
always
on
like
my
figuring
leg, I
out
had
it's super
acne,
wrong. Waxing is
and
the
I
best
kind of
choice to
sliced the
make.
top
Right?
of it off. So
Mhm.
like, if I was doing someone's face, would I just avoid that area?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll kill myself before I shave my legs ever again.
It is very, it's like dermaplaning our legs.
Opinion on PCA?
PCA skin?
Dermaplaning.
Oh my god, I love them. They're my favorite. They're my favorite brand.
She heard in the corner.
Yeah, I was like, I heard Ask Chelsea, and like my ears just kind of like perked up. But yes, I love them. I think they're a really good brand. They're one of my favorite brands to work with. I love them. I absolutely love them. Okay, So don't be afraid to like move your body. I kind of like to sometimes like adjust my body and come this way sometimes, just because it's a little bit more comfortable for me.
Let me know if this is
No,
in your way.
you're fine. Or like sometimes I'm just not really a big stander, but I know sometimes some students will like to. I'm a tall girl and these beds are really short, so like it just kind of hurts my back. But you can stand and like hover if that gets you a better angle. You're more than welcome to do that. I promise I won't look at you like you're weird. Maybe for like 2 seconds, but like after that, I'm like, okay, I get it.
My mom tries to do the at-home dermaplaning.
Mhm.
Oh God, she's almost like I wanted her to come in for my cert, and she's like, "Oh well, I already do it at home," and I'm like, "Well,
No, it's different.
not- yeah.
It's so
It's
different.
very different.
Mhm.
I got dermaplaning so much.
You should ask her if the blade's as sharp as a surgical blade.
I'm like, can I take it and make an incision like a surgeon for you?"
Probably not.
Mm-mm.
So we should probably get you in for dermaplaning. My mom was so excited about it though.
Aw.
She's so excited. And she's blonde too.
Are you so comfortable? Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's gonna be so yummy. Blonde but tan. Not anymore. I feel like that's always a good mix too. Look at you standing up.
I know. I just want to make sure I'm like getting everything.
The sound of it, have y'all heard dermaplaning ASMR?
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. Just getting up every time. I find this chair so crazy.
Okay, so now when you're working with like the chin and around the mouth, the biggest tip also too is I know sometimes we get those like yapper clients. This is one of those times where we can't yap. We have a blade in our hands, no talking, especially around the mouth. One trick that I like to have them do is either like put their tongue in their corner of their mouth like that, or I'll have them just open their mouth and then go about it that way. So whatever's comfortable for you, you can try it both ways.
How would you explain that to the client? Like, please shut your mouth.
Basically, no. Just say due to the, I don't know, nature of the service with me having a blade in my hand, we can't chit chat.
Like for the next 9 minutes.
When I'm on the forehead, yeah, you can yap it up to me all you want. But once I move down to like the cheeks and around the mouth,
Those eyebrows.
you gotta
I'm a big eyebrow.
you gotta keep it quiet.
Start to talk.
Alright, I'm gonna have you
Your eyebrows are gone.
open your mouth.
Eyebrows gone.
Like yeah.
Do we get any baby boomers?
Um,
Or is it
sometimes. Yeah. And sometimes when you're working on like those older clients, you just gotta really be good about making sure you're holding their skin taut because they're a little bit more great. Yeah.
Stretch.
You can tuck your lips in now. I'm gonna go over your upper lip.
So if someone's allergic to the Eminence stone crop, are we able to use a different oil here?
It's the facial recovery oil.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Nice. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
But if they're allergic to that,
That's a fantastic question.
Okay.
I'll say I just heard that we are bringing on the brand Epicutis. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with them.
wait, that's hard.
cool.
That's
Yeah, but we're only bringing on the cleansing oil and the lipid serum. But those are two really good things. And I'm gonna say that if someone's allergic to the facial recapture oil, then you could dermaplane them with that.
awesome.
Or you could dermaplane dry, right?
Or you could dermaplane dry, but I'm just not the biggest fan of that because I just feel like if someone's already dry, I don't want to go. It's just gonna cause like a lot of irritation.
And it's harder.
Bless you.
Doing like some dry.
Yeah,
It's harder.
I feel like you drag a little bit more, so I like to do the oil. Now, Glymed gives you a couple different options when in their dermaplaning protocol. They make their own beauty oil. We don't have that here, but they also say you could dermaplane with either hydrogel, ultra hydrogel, or fulvic. I'm gonna tell you, ultra hydrogel, I wouldn't dermaplane with that because that's gonna absorb into the skin way too fast.
Oh
And
my
then
gosh,
fulvic-
it's kind of drying if you don't follow up with a moisturizer.
Yeah. And fulvic is liquid gold to me, so I wouldn't want to just apply that to someone's skin just to remove it with a scalpel. So I don't like that option either.
And it's not like it's making it penetrate any deeper.
Right. So I'm just not like the biggest fan of that.
I feel like if I use the restroom, students are gonna stare at me weird.
Because we're in shorts.
It's
okay, they're all gonna go through it. They're gonna, when they sit in these chairs in their corner, they're gonna be like, oh, that's why she was in shorts.
Just turn your ass to them, blow a raspberry, and flip your hair.
Or twerk real quick. Give them a different show.
Yeah, you can
open
tuck.
Can you do the nose? Or did you and I missed it?
You can. I'm gonna let you guys make that decision if you're comfortable enough with it, because it can be tricky. So I'm gonna let you guys decide if you want. I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'll let you guys decide.
Why did mine look like that?
Your dermaplane. Said I didn't get that one. One. I can't see it. Could you have them tuck their? Oh, that's what she's doing.
No,
The big sort of size, and Caroline just like.
Exactly. That's why I call her Edward Scissorhands, because she just goes, and I was like, oh my god. And then like I'm always like the demo model, like when she does it, and like students are like asking me questions. I'm like, you guys, I can't. She's gonna cut. I can't talk. I'm gonna like lose my life if I open my mouth. I can't do it.
I think this is lit.
Okay.
Scabs full of pins. Yeah, maybe.
Alright. Lift your hand up.
You've seen it?
I was asking if you've seen
Oh
it.
no, I've only seen Marianne doing it. She's up on her feet doing it. She doesn't sit.
Yeah, Marianne stands to do her dermaplaning.
I want to say Caroline either be a model or walk around and take pictures for all the demos.
Tuck your lip one more
We have to get her in here to do so.
That's what you would give me.
Oh no. But I'm just
Looking. Me too.
going through the waves.
Valid.
Oh gosh, I hate these things.
I have such weird baby fuzz. I'm so anxious. Cause like this is baby hairs, or like this is actual hair.
I can avoid that, like, completely.
Yeah.
I know that area.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
know
now
you're
I'm gonna
good.
kind of work in the under eye section, so I'm gonna kind of show you guys how to do that. So I'm gonna have you turn your head this way for me. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, while I'm holding her skin taut, I'm gonna kind of like pull it down just so that I'm not working too close to her eye. And I'm gonna work it.
Drop off some lashes.
Oh god, yeah.
So now I'm gonna come to the other side.
I'm so excited again.
Is it kind of like the feeling of when you get your nose waxed, where you can literally feel every single piece of oxygen? It feels like I feel the molecules.
Yeah, kind of a little bit, but just like in a satisfying way.
Yes, in a good way.
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
nose, it felt good too. I was
In a
like,
good way, yeah.
Yes, I'm excited for that.
I can breathe the molecules.
I got my nose waxed and I waxed somebody's nose yesterday for the first time. Insane feeling.
I
Insane.
know, I kind of want to try it.
So I'll
Like
let you know.
in?
It was actually kind of fun.
Inside the
Inside.
nose?
Inside.
I've been wanting to try that.
Let me know.
I learned. That low key sounds awful.
It actually, I thought it was gonna hurt way more than it did. It literally just felt like someone flicked me. Like the pressure, not even the pain, but just the pressure. I was like, what is going on inside my nose? It was weird.
You waxed inside your nose?
Okay, I'm just gonna
I've
get
just
down
seen so
here.
many like horror stories of the stick breaking, and I'm like, how do they get it?
No, you do like a little bit just so that it's covering the curly part. You twist and then you bring it flat. And then if your niche Jessie, you leave it there and then you rip it out like that. It's crazy. Watch that lady wax her own nose.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I can't imagine waxing any part of my
Yeah, she
own self.
twisted it. Also, Chelsea, let me know what you think about this. When I finished getting my wax done, I walked into the institute dispense, and there was multiple students in there.
Right.
And we were like, oh yeah, we just finished nose wax. She goes, oh, did you lay down? I was like, no, I was sitting up. Why? And she goes, because if you lay down, it can reach all the way to your brain. I was like, oh my gosh, I never would have thought about that. I'm so glad I was sitting up.
It's just
I don't know.
she said something about it.
It's kind of wild.
I don't know about like reaching all the way to your brain.
I
I don't think it's like that serious. But I mean, like, it's definitely gonna like drip up there. So like, you definitely always want the person like sitting up. And then like another thing about like nose waxing that I like to say is like hold their head. So like when you're going to pull it, so that you don't like headbutt someone because you're gonna pull it and they're gonna go that, and like you're gonna go that way and you're gonna just gonna like headbutt. So
That's good. No, but I was like, okay, girl. That blue hard Brazilian wax is to your brain for sure.
all right, I'm just gonna do her nose and then.
No, but I guess.
She is all set. So what I like to do for the nose is I kind of like the same way, kind of like how I did like the hydrofacial, like when I'm doing like the extractions. I like to kind of like take my thumb and turn it sideways, and then
Just gonna hold it steady.
yep, and then you'll just come all the way down. So cute.
Take my nose ring out.
I think I can get it.
Ew, bless you.
Bless you.
Did you sing the you? Thank you. I thought I heard you say that. Sing it. I love it. I'm a singer too.
All of a sudden.
Like sweating.
That looks really good. Yeah. Your skin looks really good though. But it's flat. Like, well, I don't recommend doing solar protection. It's so
Alright.
good. I know. I was so tempted to just do certs like freaking. Cause I'm
Okay, my turn. You're pretty hairless. Alright, so I'm all done. So I'm going to put my blade back into my sleeve. Good morning. Delicious. Alright.
When would it be okay for the client, like if they like putting on makeup?
They can 24 hours after. If anything, it's just gonna go on like really smooth. So, this is like the only time, and like really, it's like not okay, but like this is like one of the only times to say like 24 hours is okay.
If I hear actually far away, I'm like, yeah. I will listen.
my sister.
So now I'm gonna go in with my second cleanse. Like I said, try to keep this one a creamy cleanser, just because if you go in with like a gel cleanser after, it's gonna be really tingly and like spicy after. So I just like to use a creamy cleanser because I feel like it doesn't have too much of a sting sensation.
Is there a specific one you would recommend?
I like the oil and gel. It's just a
The
preference.
LTD one?
Yeah.
That one's nice.
Or like the mega creamy cleanser.
Do you have a spa outside of here? Just out of curiosity.
No, I worked at a spa for 9 months. I was actually like right down the street, and I hated it. It was really bad.
I want to teach it.
I had a couple of different jobs like in the industry before I decided to come back, and like I didn't want to like be one of those students that like always came back, but like I just didn't mind being like people's like demo models, especially for TCA, because that's just one of my like favorite peels. So I would always come back, and then like there was one time where I was working at the spa, and I like came back and I talked to Val, and I was like, Val, I don't think I made the right choice. I don't know if this is for me. And then she was like, well, why don't you look into getting your instructor's license? I said, Val, I can't be a teacher. I was like, are you crazy? She was like, well, we're moving to the new building. Like, why don't you look into it? And then I went in and did like another like 2 or 3 months at the spa that I was at. And I had a really bad day at my spa. I was just I used to get like really weird clients, like all the clients that just had like crazy like life stories. For some reason, they just turned into their therapist, and I was like, please stop. I don't want to hear about this. And it was just it was too much. And then one day I had a really bad day, and Nima had posted that they were hiring for a spa floor instructor, and I applied on a Friday, heard the next day on a Saturday, came in for an interview that Wednesday. That day, the person who was my dean, who basically like used to be Ashley, like before it was Ashley, she was like, I was gonna have you come in, but I'm just gonna lay it all out in email. Do you want the job? I was like, I do, yeah. Gave my spa 2 weeks, and I regretted it the whole time. Like I was doing my 2 weeks. it was either like they had me doing stupid things, or that like I would drive the 20 minutes to get there, and then my manager would be like, oh, I cleared your schedule for today, you can go home. Okay, then why did I just drive 20 minutes to get here?
You told me before my start time.
Yeah, so
2 weeks notice is 2 week vacation. That's bad. I don't know why
yeah.
anybody even bothers to do that.
Yeah, and I knew I wasn't gonna go back. I always, like, once I left, I was like, if I have to, like, if there's ever a situation where I would like have to go back, I'd rather go to Massage MB than work at that place ever again. I was like, I'm okay. But I still have like friends who like work there, and like every once in a while like things will happen and I'll like go there, and like my old coworkers will be like, oh my god, you're coming back? I'm like, God no, I'm very happy with where I am. Or they're like, are you like, you better not be telling them that like we're a bad place. And I'm like, oh my god, no. No, I would never. So.
Where is this?
I was thinking, you know, oh my god, and the Yelp reviews were terrible. They're so bad for that place. But yeah. But I couldn't do it anymore. And then here I am 3 years later.
Well, we're so glad you're here.
Thanks. Listen, and I love teaching. I love it a lot more than I thought I would. I always like to tell people, like, if you would have told me when I was a student that like I was gonna come back and like work here and like be an instructor, I would have said, you're out of your mind. There's no way I'm doing that. And yet here I am still sticking with it. Okay, so after you do your cleanser, you're gonna go in with your mask. Now, it's a mask of choice situation, but this is what I'm gonna tell you. Try your best to do the hydrating B5 gel. That's gonna be the best mask to do. You can do like the chocolate mask and like the hydrating mask with enzymes. I'm just gonna tell you, it's gonna be really tingly. This mask is gonna be tingly, but like those masks, because they have the enzymes in it, they're gonna be like really tingly. Is this starting to tingle? Or how you feeling?
No, it doesn't tingle too much.
I was waiting for everyone to see. That's funny.
And you just want a thin layer. You don't really need a lot of this mask.
What brand is this?
This is the SkinCeuticals hydrating B5 gel.
Is this the B5 one?
Yes. And this one too, if you apply like a really thin layer of it, you don't have to take it off. You can
Listen to the last comment.
you can leave it on. This one you don't necessarily have to remove.
Cool. And it's the SkinCeuticals.
Hydrating B5 gel mask.
Sorry, I'm like
No, you're fine.
half deaf.
You're fine. How you feel?
It feels good. Are these new brushes?
Yeah, they're like,
They're hard as fuck.
you know,
They're kind of awful.
Yeah,
Damn.
they're not
that's what
great.
I'm hearing.
Yeah, I would definitely.
It's like not.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I honestly, depending on the consistency of the mask, like gel masks, I like to apply with my hands. I'm a gloved fingertips kind of gal, just because I just feel like it's a little bit more like relaxing. I know at school we teach you with the fan brushes, but a lot of the times once I was like out in the field, I applied my mask with my hands for two reasons. It just became easier that way, and then number two, my med spa didn't really have the best like equipment. Like some treatment rooms had facial fans, some didn't, so you just kind of like had to like work with what you had. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna apply it with my hands. So you let that sit. While that's sitting, I'm gonna show you guys how you remove the blade. So you've got your boxes, and it's gonna kind of show you on the box like which way the blade should be going in. Okay. So I'm going to put my blade in, then you're gonna have a little button where it says press, and I'm gonna press that down, and I'm gonna pull straight out, and it goes right into this box. Once this box is full, I can put this box in a sharps container, and then I'm done.
The whole box?
Yep, the whole box can go into a sharps container. And then the handles get taken to dispense, washed with soap and water, and then left to sit in the barbicide for 10 minutes.
And you said we don't take. Okay.
If you're up here, you just take it to dispense and have the instructor in dispense take it off. If you're in the spa, just bring it to the instructor's office and we'll remove it for you. There you go. You got a lawyer thing about that. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't like do anything.
God, then the day class is just babies, because when they did their treats, they're like, oh my god, it burned so bad.
Yeah, I mean, the first salt pill I ever had was very bad, so I get it. That was crazy.
But now you're like, can I be your sal model?
I know, I love salt pills.
Tomorrow for trades, I really want everyone to do a face just so that they can get that practice in before their cert. If someone's contraindicated, you guys shouldn't be contraindicated from your lactic peels, but if you did something else that makes you contraindicated, then you can do like a back or something. But like I would really prefer if like all of you guys like do face.
Do you remember when you did my little thing on my head, LHR?
I was like, what? What did I do?
I think so.
I was like, I didn't do it.
You made me 3 days for that. I'm pretty sure.
That's right.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, it's not very long.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. If you're ever questioning, like, should I do my LHR first or should I do my chemical peel first? Always do your LHR first, because LHR to a chemical peel is 3 to 5 days. A chemical peel to LHR is like whatever the duration of that chemical peel is. So always do your LHR first.
So the LHR kind of like the contraindication gets like nearly cut in half. Almost more.
Because it's just the heat. So yeah, LHR to chemical peel, 3 to 5 days. Chemical peel to LHR, whatever the duration of that peel is.
Is that the same with LHR to like a facial?
Yeah. I think. Sometimes I know my contraindication time. If it's chemical peels, I'm gonna know. Like today's, I went upstairs this morning and like one of the students was like, Chelsea, what's the contraindication time for a brow tint to a brow tint? Yikes! I teach chemical peels. I don't think I know the answer to that question. But you know, listen, I like to say, I have this little phrase. I may not know all the answers, but I know who to point you in the direction of. I can't answer it, but I can point you in the direction of someone who can. I try my best. But if it's a chem question, oh my god, I can answer that with no issue. And lasers. I taught 2 laser classes, so I'm pretty good at laser questions too. But orientation, that's where you lose me. Yikes. That was just like the one thing I was like, for sure, please don't ever put me in an orientation class. Chem was always like my first choice, but in lasers, I was like, I can if you really want me to, but I don't really want to. And then I ended up teaching 2 laser classes.
How was your experience teaching it?
You know what? It was really good. I got really lucky in the 2 classes I had. They were so good, and like I told them, I was like, listen, you guys, I said, I got thrown into this. I didn't really get any training, so you just got to kind of like roll with me. I said, I'm learning as you guys are learning. I was like, we can get through this. We just got to have some patience. Because I like to say, I can build on top of the foundation. I just can't lay the foundation. Like I can't teach you everything. I can build on it, what you already know. I can't lay that foundation.
So do they have, like, Nima, when you were
Yeah,
hiring,
I-
did they have, like,
The location?
no, shit. Not protocols. What teachers make? Like, teachers make.
I'm like, what did I make?
Like lesson plans?
Lesson plans. Do they give you lesson plans and like a layout for what?
You know, they give you before the new. Let me say this: before the new curriculum came out, I mean, it was pretty similar. It's not. I don't want to say like lesson plans, but it's like you get the PowerPoints and the slides, and then you're kind of just told to like make it work and like kind of like
teach it
teach it however you want to do it. But one of the reasons why we decided to make our own curriculum is just because Milady was so old and outdated that we needed to update it. But like also we were having the issue of that because there's 2 campuses too. There was a lot of like information that like there would be like 5 different PowerPoint slides for it, and each one would have different information on it. So you didn't know like one Utah instructor's using this PowerPoint and another Utah instructor's using this one, and then we're using a completely different one that's like 10 years old. So like that was like the biggest issue that we were having. Yeah.
Because when I actually applied to school here, you guys were still using the Milady.
Mm-hmm.
It was like just recent.
Yeah. We did everything in segments. So I think lasers got their new curriculum first, then orientation / intermediate, and then chem was last.
But when we do our
Oh my god, which I forgot to mention, the Dermaplaning chapter in your guys' book is the chapter that I wrote. So I forgot to. I usually like have like a whole spiel. You know, please, thank you. And if you hate it, please keep the comments to yourself. I am a sensitive little baby and I cannot handle it. But if you love the chapter, please. I made it. That's my chapter that I wrote.
That's so cool.
The
It's
other,
not so long.
the
flow's good.
Thank
There's
you,
not
thank
much
you.
typos
You know,
and errors.
if not the best chapter in the book. You know,
Yes.
I really, with all the stress they had me under for that chapter, I really just put my all into it.
Did
Well,
they
I
assign
think
you it?
you.
Sorry.
I think you did a really good job
Thank
because it
you.
gets to the point
You know?
without being too short. But I think it's like the perfect.
And it's
length.
not too wordy.
You know,
Some of the chapters are so
Got to the
wordy.
point.
do you guys want to know what my least favorite chapter
Yes,
in the book is?
yes.
Hormones. And let me tell you, I don't do theory on it. I assigned that one because they took that chapter and took 2 chapters and put it into one. And that is the longest chapter in the book, and it's the longest theory that I'm like, you guys, I'm like, at night, I can't do that. I'm like, I don't have enough time to do that theory. It's too much. Right, Clea? Hormones?
Yeah, we skipped a lot of theories.
I'm also the type, this is like really bad, but it's not really gonna happen with you guys because I'm not teaching 2 classes anymore. And I was with them, and it's really easy to like manipulate me. It's very easy.
Walking to class, we have a test on a chapter that nobody ever read or went over.
I'm like, you
It was
wanna
crazy.
open book? Yeah, open book, whatever you want.
But you said open book.
I swear, last week you said it was gonna be open book, so.
I'm glad I heard that too.
Dude, everyone was going down to the instructor's office, like, pitching at you that day. It was crazy.
And then you guys didn't even take your hormones test. And she was like, what about the hormones? Oh my
We all
god.
passed.
The test that you guys all got 100 on? Yeah, that test? Yeah, you guys
did amazing.
You guys
I'm
did
proud of
so
you.
good. So
Crazy.
good.
I taught that lecture amazing, obviously. That was funny.
But their class was like the first time with the new
We
curriculum
were like
at
guinea
night.
pigs.
So yeah, they were my little
We got
guinea pigs.
fucked.
They were my little guinea pigs. I know, for like you guys were the new curriculum for like every
class.
for every core.
Yeah, we got screwed hard in our class. And the class before got screwed even harder because the AC was broke. And they got
Class
fucked
after
by
us
lasers.
is kind of screwed too.
Yeah.
Everything just got switched to online,
Yeah.
and they don't
Every
have their
class
Nima
gets
books.
fucked.
While people have their offline books and our Nima books. We're sitting here like.
I kind of like the having a ring.
I love.
Because
having
putting
a
notes
ring.
on there, pages and stuff too. is
Okay,
nice.
my love.
I do
You're
love
all
books.
done.
Open file.
Good morning.
Open file.
Good morning.
Good
It's an
morning.
open file.
That's so silly. Oh wow.
Gorgeous.
Oh, wow.